let's get further details on this from our correspondent Wang Lulu, who's in Manila. Lulu, first of all, tell us, what capabilities does this ship have? What does it bring to the table in terms of bolstering the Philippines and its maritime capabilities? Do you also have any details about when this handover is going to happen?
Well, the Philippine military officials have already left from Manila for United States last weekend for tomorrow's ceremonial turnover of the cutter. And last month, the Philippine Defense Secretary Gasly personally, he asked his U.S. counterpart to keep the Dallas in its original state and to restore the weapons. But his request was finally turned down by the U.S. And as you mentioned about, the same as the first cutter Del Pilo, which acquired from U.S. last year, and this one will also have most of its weapons removed. And after the turnover, this vessel will be renamed after a Philippine hero in the World War II, and it will be under the command of Philippine Navy Captain Ernesto. And after that, the vessel will undergo some renovation for the rest of the year. And Philippine Navy crew will also undertake some trainings in the U.S. before they sail this ship back home to the Philippines at the end of this year.
All right, Lulu, here's the thing. A lot of folks here in Beijing will be looking at this story and saying that this has to do with the recent tensions between China and the Philippines over the Huangyan Island. Is the purchase of this cutter related to that dispute or no?
Well, you know, as the first U.S. Hamilton cutter, the Del Pila, this is the second warship that the Philippines purchased from the United States. Although it is a second-hand vessel, to Philippines, this is the most advanced one. And the Philippines considered this as a way to boost the country's ability to maintain its maritime security in the South China Sea. And besides this, the Philippines also tried to purchase more military weapons and equipment, not only for their Navy, but also for their Air Force. As we know that earlier, they also tried to acquire some F-16 fighter jets from the U.S. Because as we know that the Philippine military power is very weak, and this is also fully recognized by the Philippine government. So the Philippine government keep trying to purchase more and more military equipment within their limited military budget during the past years, not only for their maritime security, but also help strike their domestic anti-government forces or terrorists such as Abdayaf and the New People's Army. And besides this, purchasing the new weapons is also among the process for the Philippines military modernization. But as we can see that this second-hand warship was already disused by the United States and it's very old one, its ability to handle the real clash or real war is still very doubtful. And more importantly, the purchasing this warship for Philippines actually has more political meaning rather than its practical uses.
Well, yes, they call it the projection of power. Thanks very much for joining us, Wang Lulu, our correspondent, speaking to us on the phone line from Manila.